Am I in full frame or am I in half frame? Because like,
No, you're full frame. Like if you, I don't know if you have like another device there to pull up the stream, but you see you're in full frame. You're good.
I guess I could pull up the stream, but that just I feel like that's anti-NACA.
No,
Not
no,
gonna do
yeah,
it.
no, no, you're not gonna do all that. I'm just saying, like, if you want to see how it looks, that's the only way I'd be able to show you
No, no.
how
I
it
think
looks.
sometimes when I'm like looking at you, you're half screen and I'm half screen, so
No, I get it, I get it, I get it. But how the hell are you doing?
it looks like we're the black and white Two Face.
Oh my god. What's going on with you, Jeff? How are you?
I'm great, man. How are you? I'm so happy to be here.
I'm doing okay. You know, just trying to maintain. Lots of things have happened. Yeah, you know, life is life, I would say. I'm kind of excited about the future because we finally got after. When did The Dark Knight come out? 2012 or 2010? I can't remember.
I believe it's in that time
2010,
frame.
like between 2010 and somewhere around there, maybe 2011.
Yes.
Basically, I'm excited because for the first time in over a decade, we've gotten a substantially good DC film, and that's no knocks to Aquaman. That's no knocks to the first Wonder Woman movie. Both films are great, but when I think about like the epitome of what DC kind of like is in terms of like the mythology and the universe, the important characters, the big three come to mind: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And we finally got a good Wonder Woman movie. Thank God, right? And we needed that for probably more than we needed a good Batman movie. Let's keep it real.
Yes.
And
yes,
I enjoyed
doing everything.
I enjoyed Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was a great Superman movie.
I agree.
So, with all of that being said, the Batman shits on all of them. I enjoy how well balanced Henry Cavill's Superman is, but Robert Pattinson's Batman, he stole the show, man. He was scary just being in the room. There were multiple instances where this motherfucker was just in the room and his presence was so overwhelming. You could just feel like the darkness coming off of this guy. You couldn't even see him in certain frames, but you knew he was in the room, so it's like, where is he?
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yet I am going to be slightly critical to play devil's advocate. There is some things that, as you know, I'm a huge Batman fan along with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the whole Bat family tattooed on my fucking leg.
Yeah.
And there were some things that just weren't Batman to me.
Okay, you gotta explain. What are these things?
Now, look. I want to start off saying, I wholeheartedly agree with you. It was fantastic. I agree that it was everything that we needed in a Batman. But certain key things, like for me, I'm gonna just start off with just like the other character that you play when you play Batman, which is Bruce Wayne.
Yo, what's going on, Codemaster?
I think he got like
I'm
a very
sorry
good
to hear about your blood
like,
pressure, brother.
private Bruce Wayne when he was in private. But I feel like the billionaire playboy has to be part of the.
I have an answer for this, and I was wondering if this was gonna come up in our conversation. I'm glad it did, because my caveat to that is what happens at the end of the movie. Not exactly what happens, but what does he say about his performance at the end of the movie? When people are referring to him, what do they say about him? They refer to vengeance. Right?
Yes.
He says, I have to become more than vengeance. So that means that's an all-encompassing thing. It's not just about him as the Batman. He has to become Bruce Wayne, because how afraid was he that his identity was possibly, out in the open? How afraid was he in that conversation in the precinct when he was talking to him, like, oh shit, you're about to, Oh, you don't know? Oh man.
Yes.
So he's figuring out that he has to evolve. Right now, he's a
So-
shell of what he becomes.
Now, I agree with that completely, and so I see great things coming. Now, if this was a Batman year one, fucking fantastic. I love it. Everything about it. It's top notch. It's clear. But this fool already had.
It's
You
Batman
tell me
year
I'm
2.
It's a few more years.
Dude, no.
You don't get that chummy with
Gordon?
Gordon.
Dude, so Gordon and
But look.
him and Gordon had a relationship before he even puts on the cowl. Remember? When he's
I
just
get
a masked, he's like the masked
So-
vigilante.
That I like all like I said, Batman year one, perfect. Year two, great. Okay, so I'm off a year, whatever. Okay. That's fine. I can live with that. Now, the one scene I cannot live with,
What?
and I don't care. And look, I still think it's a great scene.
Right?
That's the fucked up part.
It's
Him
not funny.
running through the police station. I was like, this dude looks like he's in a panic. He looks freaked out. And I'm like, that's not Batman. Batman would have been like, yo, I'm Ghost Beast. Like deuces. Throwing some little smoke. They would have been like, oh, he would have been in the next hallway before they even knew where he was.
You want 37-year-old Batman then. You're not talking about 28-year-old Bruce Wayne who's been Batman for 2 years. Dude, he is not
Yes, I am,
polished.
because-
He's
yes, I
not
am,
polished.
No, but okay, let's take it back to Batman year one, bro. What happened when he was cornered in the building? He did some gangster shit, called up every bat in Gotham, and
You're right.
ghosted and was calm, cool, collective, like, yo, I got this, I ain't even tripping.
I know he was not calm. Don't act like we both didn't watch the same movie. He was very
He
fucking.
was way more
He was
calm.
not relaxed. He was not relaxed. He
said-
was
He said
terrified.
literally, he's like, I have something special for you. He knew how he was gonna get out. That was
Look,
my only
I'm
thing.
not disagreeing with you, but I just think that from what I saw an unpolished Bruce Wayne and an unpolished Batman in his second year with the cowl, and it was fucking fantastic. That's what I saw. I understand what you're saying. Like, there are instances where we want to see the shines of brilliance that are to come. I feel that. I get that. But I saw it.
Yes.
I saw it in the combat. The combat, he was taking hits, but he was taking it like he knew he was going to get hit, but also knew he could recover from the hit. There are certain instances where even he was beating some people's asses a little bit more brutally than we were used to seeing him do it. So he's still learning.
Yeah,
The
agree with that
put
because
downs are usually a lot quicker. It's like, I broke your arm, I
Yeah.
put you down, his I knocked you out, I
fighting
put you
style
down.
In this was definitely unrefined. It was very brawler. You have to admit that.
It was very brawly. But again, he's not polished. You're
Yeah.
talking about somebody
And-
that's trying to compose his own fighting style out of 127 different mastered arts. Still,
I
it's
get
two
that.
2 years deep, okay?
Well,
And-
in this, I felt like he kind of didn't have all those mastered styles. I felt it was a little like they took a little bit of that away from the lore because I didn't really see like some super advanced techniques in the fighting, which you'd still expect to see even if he was
Yeah.
unpolished.
Yeah.
You'd expect one or two like crazy advanced moves where you're like, what? Like, okay, that's why he's that dude.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen them, pay homage to the comic and show him training and kicking over a tree. That would have been great. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, people are gonna say, like, "Oh, that's not realistic." He's not realistic. Batman is the
no.
closest thing to superhuman as any human can be. Okay.
Well, look, I wrote a paper about this, like when Batman vs Superman was coming out. About, we had all the trolls on there saying basically, "Oh, this is a stupid fight." Da 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 da. Okay, but I broke down why it matters that Batman wins in that. But besides that, I digress. When I said in that is We're talking about comic book superheroes. We're talking about
Right.
a man that lives in a world with a solar powered fucking god. Okay?
Right.
Logic is very stretched. The only logic in really Batman's character is that he's a billionaire. Because otherwise you'd be like, this is impossible. This just isn't possible financially. It's just not. Throwing around batarangs like they're nothing and leaving them. It's
I
not
get it.
financially suitable.
I get it. I get it.
You know? But that's where the logic comes in. You know, the logic. Why does Superman have these powers? Oh, well, it's the sun that gives him this. You know? There's logic in why they are illogical characters. You know what I mean? Because it's illogical.
Yeah.
No,
I get
dude,
it.
I don't. Like, you can ask army vets and all that. No, dude, I don't care how good your body armor takes 3 to the chest with like a 45 and is like, all right, let me come and punch the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That
No,
shit
that's
puts
true.
me down,
That's
dude.
true. It's got a lot more stopping power than they give it credit for. No, I agree.
Like, that guy was hit with rifle rounds. Do you understand that? Like, rifle rounds.
I was walking
There is-
right at them.
That is like, you better be in a flak jacket with some other shit, dog. Like,
Yeah. No, you're right.
like that's not, the police body armor is not stopping that. Most military grade body armor isn't stopping a rifle from that.
But that's my whole thing about like how we've like tried so hard to make this guy super duper like realistic when he's not, dude.
It's not.
He's not. So like, for instance, like the Skips in the chat, he said, "Ginger beard, big beard. I like this, bro." Skip also has a red beard, so Ginger
Sweet.
brothers.
Yeah, Viking and Irish all the way, bro.
I just think that it's really peculiar, right? That we put all this realism in how we build Batman in these live action films when we really don't have to. For instance, Affleck's Batman suit was probably one of the best I've ever seen. It looked like
hands down.
it looked like the shit from the comics, but it was fully fucking armored out, which is how it's supposed to. It's supposed to look like he's wearing a fucking, store costume, right? But
Yeah.
then when you start shooting him, bullets start flying off the motherfucker. So you're like, what? Is he
Yes.
superhuman? Is he a
Yeah,
fucking
that's
monster?
supposed to be- That's supposed to be the fear behind him.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, we shot this fool, and he doesn't go down.
Exactly.
Like, and I've seen what he's wearing. It looks like he's wearing
Yeah,
tight ass shirts.
yeah,
Like, you know?
exactly. And like,
Like, you even see, like, let's put it in the animated series. You see him take off it like it's a fucking shirt.
exactly.
Like,
But it's still
and fold
bulletproof.
it.
It's still
And
bulletproof.
fold that shit,
It's got
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
microfiber, like, Kevlar sewn in every inseam. It's like, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be a real thing. And he's supposed to
So-
be good in it. So I just don't know why we still keep building Batman in these live action movies like he's wearing a fucking hockey outfit. Like, it's like, come
Yeah.
on.
It's too bulky. Like, let's be real. No fighter's wearing that.
Yeah, exactly. You need to
You know
be
what
fucking
fighter's wearing
aerodynamic.
that? You know what fighter's wearing that? Deathstroke, who's superhuman. Like,
Yeah. Who
you
can,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
Wade Wilson can definitely carry the weights. That's not a problem at all.
And I'm not saying Batman can't throw.
No,
his
no, of
weight,
course.
like,
No, of course.
can't handle in the gym. But let's be real. We're
And
talking super soldier serums.
When you're
Like,
fighting people like Deathstroke, you can't be bogged down by a fucking 50-pound costume.
yeah,
can't.
you think this fool 50? Do you know how much the normal weight for like the U.S. Army is? 80 pounds. You think that fool is not rocking at least 80 to 100 in armor?
Deathstroke, yeah,
Gadgets.
yeah, for sure.
Gadgets. Do you know how much that grappling gun probably weighs with all that wire? That's probably 20, 30
Yeah.
pounds right there.
Yeah, Batman is probably walking around with like 30, 40 pounds. I mean, but you got to remember, like, everything he has is state of the art. So I would imagine that it's lighter than most shit that we're
Okay,
used to
so
seeing.
let's say it's some crazy alloy. It's still like
Yeah,
you're still
no,
back
no,
on.
yeah.
It's
It's still a
still-
lot of weight.
there's still a lot of grappling wire.
Because by himself, Bruce Wayne weighs 215 to 220 pounds. So by himself, just muscle Diesel, he's a fucking rock. Okay? So you add
Yeah.
like another 30, 40 pounds of fucking body armor and the cape. That cape and cowl alone is like 15, 20 pounds.
It has to be.
It's gotta be, just because of how fucking
Like,
big it is.
otherwise,
this
what
shit,
is it? What's
this
the
shit
real
has its
purpose?
own mind. It's gotta be like a fucking person in there. It's like Alfred, low key. He's like controlling it. He's controlling that shit from the Batcave.
Every time he's on the bike, you just see like Alfred's crouched behind him throwing it. Yeah.
That's awful. Poor Alfred. That man does everything for him.
Every shot of him standing on a building, Alfred like just runs in really quick, like swoops it like you're making a bed and then runs away.
He just fucking brings out a giant fan. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm late, sir.
Yeah. No, they're trying to make Batman too realistic in a world where you have demigods, solar-powered aliens that have god-like powers. You have gods. Like, I'm sorry, you have physical gods. And I'm not talking Jesus or Adonai or Muhammad. I'm talking literally like Greek gods, like ancient shit.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, like, this shit is.
We gotta have
but Batman is just a man, so let's make him real. Like,
there's
but
no
it's
reason.
about to go fade this dude.
That's why I loved Ben Affleck's outfit, because it finally encompassed what it was supposed to, which is like, look, this guy has a lot of fucking money, and his armor can look however we really want it to. So let's make it look like the comics. Like,
yeah, without a doubt. I love that aspect. But I will say overall, I don't want your fans or anyone to think that I didn't like the Batman. I loved the Batman.
I gave it a 9.5. It just, for me, the pacing.
I gave it a solid 9.
The pacing at the end of the movie was just a little off for me. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Everything else I enjoyed. Every single scene with Catwoman was fire. Every single scene.
I liked how they didn't make her like Catwoman yet.
Yeah.
She's still Selena
She's
Kyle.
still Selena Kyle, yeah.
Kind of Robin a little bit.
Yeah.
But like now she's
coming
like,
into her own though. But she's coming into her own. Yeah. And
I'm
the nod,
the
nod to Bloodhaven at the end of the movie. Oh my god! Come on, forget about it.
I was like, yo, that's only like 40, 50 miles. Like, she's gonna be back. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Nightwing's back.
But the quick nod, just the quick nod was just enough for me. I'm like, okay, good job, because that's what you want to hear. You want to hear these opportunities start knocking for other features in the universe, because we need a film where Jason Todd is Robin and gets killed. We need that in live action. That has to happen in live action. And we need Willem Dafoe to be the fucking Joker, okay? We need to stop fucking around.
100%. And here's my thing. They're going to say, and it's going to be the stupidest thing because it's an uneducated thing that they're going to say is, oh, fans don't want to see a Robin die. They voted for Robin to die.
Exactly. That's stupid. That's what they voted to happen.
Voted for
and
that.
You know what I heard? These used to be message boards, right? And people were talking during the voting process, and apparently they all thought, oh, the DC will never do it. It was kind of like they baited. They were like, ha 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 ha.
They were like, bullshit.
You don't think we like, dude? DC,
and they were like, all right, we got you. Homie.
Has had Grape in their comics, which is fucking terrible. Remember, in what the fuck is it called? When Batman ends up going to the past because Darkseid shoots him with that fucking bullet from that gun that like basically sends him back in time in reality.
I don't remember this.
Oh man, it's about the anti-life equation basically. So Darkseid is trying to solve the anti-life equation and use it to take over multiple people on Earth, and he gets a hold of a lot of people, and Batman comes to try to stop him. And when he does, this motherfucker shoots him with this gun, and he thought he killed, like, everybody was like, oh my god, he killed Bruce. But at the end of the comic, you see this motherfucker Batman on a pirate ship, buff as fuck, beating the shit out of pirates. So you're like, oh my god, he went back in time. So then there's this whole like series of him going through time, and it's fucking insane. He's trying to like make it back to the future. Anyways, in that comic, in the beginning of the comic, someone breaks into the tower, the Justice Tower in space. And when they get up there, was it Plastic Man's wife? No, it's not Plastic Man's wife. Whose wife is it? Someone's wife is up there, and it's Captain Boomerang, I want to say. Captain Boomerang assaults her. Like, he assaults her. Like, I'm talking about assaults her. And
like, you're talking the R word.
Yes, the R word. Yo, Ivan, thank you so much for the raid, man. I appreciate you, dude. It was a pleasure hanging out in your stream
Rich,
earlier, man.
I just
Watching you
lost
play.
audio on you.
No. I was just talking to my chat really quick.
Oh.
Basically, someone walks in on this, right? And it was a couple of people in the league. They walk in on this, and the husband remembers, and they're like, he's trying to kill him because of what happened to his wife. But Batman's like, we can't allow this kind of action. And Wonder Woman was like, well, there's no way he's going to let this stand. He's not going to let it go. So they use Zatanna to erase his memory and her memory so that they both don't remember it. And it becomes like this huge scandal in the league, right? Because they know, but he doesn't know. And it's the Atom. It's the Atom. It's his wife. It's the Atom's wife. Yeah, it's the Atom's wife. She gets assaulted. They cover it up. They don't tell him who did it. It's crazy. I forget the name of it's like a whole story arc where this is the beginning of it.
You know, people don't realize that Atom is like crazy powerful.
Dude, he can fucking miniaturize himself and then go into your bloodstream, go big and kill you. Like he can do some of the most fucked up shit to you on a subatomic level. It's not even funny. And it's kind of scary because he's also top 5 smartest motherfuckers in the universe. So it's like humans in the universe. So
yeah, no, he's crazy. People don't understand that.
Yeah, a lot of people sleep on the Atom. They sleep on Hawkman too. They don't know how strong Hawkman is.
Oh, Hawkman
and Hawkgirl.
Beastie, dude. Did you remember Hawkman?
Basically
when
immortal.
Shazam and Hawkman were fighting Batman and Superman. Batman was like, yo, you want to switch casts really quick? Like, this dude's kind of giving me some problems right now.
He does.
And he was like, I know Shazam's giving you some issues. Like, let's swap.
It's the magic. Right, it's the magic, you know? Like, he's so,
yeah, it was the magic, but let's be real. How many times have you heard from Batman going, yeah, never mind, I don't want to fight this dude?
Yeah, he likes to switch just to kind of keep things fresh and kind of give him the edge, because he knows, like, as soon as he like learns somebody whose fighting style is a little easier, he can break them down bit by bit. It's how he was able to beat. Remember, that's how he was able to beat Solomon Grundy. Grundy like just kind of kept running at him, and he just kept catching him with like demamers, and he realized like, I don't have to hold back on you because you're already dead. So Batman beat the shit out of him. Like,
oh yeah, he went hard on him. Still, one of the best scenes ever is Public Enemy.
Yeah.
When that fool said, they're all coming. I guess I can't convince you to leave. And Batman turns to Superman and goes, I can't convince you to leave. He's like, and miss this?
Yeah.
It was like, yo,
yeah.
What are you talking about, Bruce? I'm about to finally let out some frustration.
Yeah. Should be the blueprint for the witty banter that they needed in Batman v Superman. That should have been the blueprint. They made that movie so
like when Batman rappels down and Superman's like, you know, I could have carried you, and he's like, between me and you, I hate that.
Like, he hates being flown, dude. He really does. He hates being flown.
Batman has like the best like quick like panic though like sayings, like when he's falling in Justice League Unlimited, in like when those like that dark heart attacks.
Oh yeah.
And he's just falling out of the sky. He's like, I can use some air support right now. I'm falling, and I can't fly. And he's like close to the ground. But like this fool didn't even like try to like expand and like catch some wind. He was like, I'm just gonna go head down. And he was like maybe like 100 feet from the ground. He's like, now would be good.
Jesus
This fool Soups just catches him at the bottom, and he wasn't like, damn, that was close. He was like, turns to him and goes, where's the Atom? Like,
well, he knows, you know, That's his man's. Like, low key, that's the best friend you can probably ever have. Some shit's going wrong, you know, like you step off a curb incorrectly and a car's about to hit you. He shows up, destroys the car. I mean, poor car, right? And poor guy, poor insurance, poor all that. But hey, I'm alive. Fuck that. That's my best friend.
Yeah. You know, when people like say, "Oh, who would you rather be, Batman or Superman?" You know, Batman's my favorite character. I'd much rather be Superman.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the sun's not going nowhere. The sun's not going nowhere.
Sucks. Let me tell you from experience, depression sucks. The way that Bruce can handle with it and become Batman, kind of very unhealthy. Let me just tell you.
Real talk.
From a psychological
standpoint, you can't just take Batman and be like, yeah, I'm going to be Batman. And it's like, well, what about your parents getting murdered? What about growing up the way that you grew up, you know, kind of like sheltered and outcast? And then all the rigorous training you have to go through. Like, as much as I think that's cool, do I really want to go through it? Like, the kind of training that Bruce does? His training is fucking inhuman.
I don't even make friends with people named Jim because it's too close to me having to say I'm going to the gym. Okay? That kind of workout I'm not down for it. Like, you know what I mean? And he was doing mental, psychological, and all that shit. Like,
in Gotham Knight, you know, Alfred's serving him some tea. He's like, I'm going to put some tea here, sir. He walks in on Bruce doing one-handed push-ups, bro. Yeah. Just like, you know, I'm just getting a quick workout in. Even though I just got back from patrol last night, it's the morning now.
It's
like, dude, he's an animal.
And that whole, like, I'll tell you, you know, like, what was it? It was 82 hours he stayed up.
Oh, yeah, during nightfall to catch all the villains that escaped. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you right there, that's illogical to begin with.
Yeah, you would go into a psychosis. He was saying he was taking micro naps.
72 hours of no rest.
He said he took micro naps, though. He took micro naps. He says it during that. Remember, he, like, is talking to himself, and he's like, the micro naps are barely helping. But they're doing enough to keep me sane, basically, is what he says.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking. I mean, I know from experience, 72 hours of no sleep, you 100% start hallucinating.
Yeah, it's a psychosis, right?
I've been in it. It's horrible.
So, was that during like your worst bit of your addiction, like, or was that like the beginning and you kind of were like calm down after that, or like? Or was that like the point, like when you were up that long? Was that like the point you realized, like, oh shit, I need to make a change in my life?
So in 2018, I went into treatment because I needed to obviously make a change. That was probably my worst. Okay. Then I worked, so I was there and I worked there till about 2019. And after I stopped working there, I started drinking again. And then COVID hit, and my job was still paying me 40 hours a week, but I was at home. And I'm not really good with, like, isolation. I'm not really good with boredom. That's when my, like, addiction kicks in and stuff like that. And I'm getting money, and then that stimulus check hit, and I was like, I'm getting high today. And then I went on, like, a binge for, like, a good, like, 2-3 weeks, and I remember right before my psychosis, I went to my friend's restaurant. Even though it was like closed down, they were just doing to-go orders because of COVID.
Right.
But you know, it's my homie, so I'm sitting in there chit-chatting with him, and I had like a couple drinks, just a couple.
Right.
And I remember going home, and then I lost the rest of the day. And I just remember waking up the next day and being like terrified. I like had a million messages from my parents.
Oh my god.
So I called them. I was like, what the hell happened? I was saying some ludicrous shit to them, like crazy. They sent my brother over to my house to like watch me and basically put me to bed. I called him. He was like, dude, that was the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. And you're talking about someone who lost a twin brother to addiction and watched him like deteriorate and have like multiple episodes and, you know, not be able to walk. So I was like, holy shit. If he thought that was the most terrifying thing, I was like, I need to go back to treatment. So I went back to treatment, and really, honestly, it was like, for me, it was more I was scared straight this time. Like, I was like, I never want to have that feeling again. And I was able to, like, now I'm able to hold on to it. I'm coming up on 2 years now. So
That is a W.
yeah. But yeah, you know, I was with it for a while. I know you remember we used to game a bunch, and you guys would all be smoking, and you even asked me one time, like, does it bother you that we smoke? And I was like, nah, man, like, but like, I was sober for a while, and everything was good. It's just I got bored in my life,
Right.
and I wasn't happy with my job. I wasn't happy with where I was. Overall, I just was unhappy. And then when you're unhappy and then you isolate and you have nothing to do, no one to talk to, nothing, you know,
It
but
all
you're still
just
getting
builds
paid.
up. It all just builds up. Plus, then the money provides opportunity to indulge.
Yeah, rent was like, you know, they had the moratorium, like all that shit. I was like, they can't evict me. Fuck it, I'm spending your money. Like, you know, that it's a sick place that my brain comes from when it gets to that. It's not of like a sound thinking person. Like,
right.
My thought process when I'm like hardcore in addiction is like, okay, rent's due tomorrow. I'll pay all but $100 of it, and then I'll get high tonight, and I'll figure out a way to come up with $100 tomorrow.
Damn.
That's where my mentality goes.
That's crazy. I mean, but that's a part of the disease, right? Like it.
Oh yeah.
It pushes your thought process into thinking more about like, having an opportunity to get high than, you know, your responsibility.
Oh, 1000%. I mean, I would try to leave work early, and you're talking about someone I'm a hard worker, man. You know, I'm the first one in, I'm the last one to leave, and you know, I want to leave early. I want to come in late when I'm getting high, and I want to get my money as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, that's all work is just a place to get the money so I can go get high.
Do you think that it's harder to be sober being where you are, like living around people that are familiar in familiar places, and, you know, being around like the means of being able to get it?
Yes and no.
Okay. Why yes? First, why yes, and then why no?
So yes, in the fact that, like, you know, all my connects are in LA. You know, you know me. If I want something, I'm getting it, and if I'm in LA, you know, it doesn't matter what the drug is. I've never had a problem finding it. You know, I've gotten Molly for raves. I've gotten the shrooms for trips. I've gotten the acid for this. You know, I got the hook.
Yeah.
You know, it's all so yeah, in that sense, it's kind of like, it gets a little weird. Sometimes I'll be driving through neighborhoods and I'll be like, oh shit, I used to meet my dealer right there. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro. Oh like, my god, that's crazy.
Like, okay, so one of my good friends, Jeremy, right? I worked with him in treatment. He's a drug and alcohol counselor. Really good guy. You should actually have him on the show. You'd love him. Strong black man. Like, really think you should talk to him. Yeah, I will. Dude is wise beyond his years, but he lives on Western and Venice. Well, Western and Venice is about midway. If you know LA, it's a little closer to West LA than East LA, but it's the closest my dealer would really get often. So that whole area, like the McDonald's, the fucking Subway, the Chabelitas taco spot, the barbershop, I used to meet him in front of all these places. So when I drive through, that gets weird, but I've learned to be like, oh, I picked up dope from there. Oh, I got high in that parking lot. You know? Like, now it's kind of like, and my boy will be like, bro, thank God I didn't know you back then.
Damn.
But, no, so that's kind of funny. Now, the no part is, I'm a bigger drinker than I am like a drug addict.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I like drinking more.
why?
Oh, I love alcohol. Like, I love that shit.
Man, it, you know, if I drink the wrong alcohol, I get some of the worst heartburn, and I feel like that's the best deterrent you could have for being an alcoholic, because
So
it's just it makes me so uncomfortable that I'm like, I don't really need it. But like
here's
every
the
so
thing,
often,
like,
I do get, like, I've gotten drunk on stream, and it's fun. But it has to be like whiskey or bourbon or like
yeah, I mean,
rum.
look, I've gotten drunk with you on multiple occasions. Multiple occasions. Way more drunk than we should have gotten, probably.
Probably.
Those were all fun.
Yeah.
You know, the problem with me is I will also drink without you or without a friend, and I won't be like, oh, it's just a drink or two to
Right.
like chill out. No, it's the same amount as when we're partying.
Oh no. So you don't know how to, like, what's the word?
Hey, in the immortal words of Samuel L. Jackson, I've never had one drink in my life.
Damn. You know, it's funny. I see that a lot, like in film and television, like like Mad Men, Draper going home and like pouring a quick shot of scotch and a couple ice cubes. I'm just like, fuck, I would never drink anything like that. Like, but
that's the weird part, is like, that's a normal, okay thing.
right.
And so I never understood why before I didn't understood why my drinking was a problem, because I never drank before work, during work.
Right. You were just like an after work. I like
Yeah,
to
but
enjoy
after
my
work,
time.
it was hit the bar, go home, watch TV, and keep getting fucked up.
Damn.
So, I also thought, like, I've lived in Germany.
Right.
And I've been to Germany probably near a dozen times.
Yeah.
And, there, drinking's looked at a lot differently.
Right.
It was 11 o'clock, you go on lunch with your boss, and you're having a half a liter of beer. And then going back to work at the bank.
At the bank?
I'm thinking here, like, or wherever, like in your office, wherever, like, it'd be like me, it'd be like one of my dad's employees having a drink and then coming into the office. My dad would be like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yeah, is that okay? So I have a philosophical question, I guess, which is, do you think Europe's philosophy on drinking is better because drinking isn't looked at so perversely versus the US, where drinking can be looked at in the way that we have to deal with it, which is as an addiction, and it can be destructive, and
So that's a double-edged sword there, because they view addiction a lot differently.
Really?
Like, the concept in the US is basically like, oh, we'll never give up on you, like, just keep going to treatment, we got it. Like, okay. But you also got to realize treatment here is a multi-million-dollar operation.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
Like, treatment is literally, you can find treatment places, like companies that offer drug rehabilitation and treatment, that are basically body farms. So what they do is they own the detox, right? So you have to go to 3 days of detox, because it's dangerous to just cold turkey, flat out quit anything, basically.
So yeah, they give
alcohol
you
and heroin are the two that can kill you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. If you cold turkey alcohol, you can 100% die.
Wow, really?
Oh yeah. It's cold. Hey, detoxing alcohol is one of the worst feelings I've ever had in my life. Now, I know heroin's probably a lot worse, but those two are like the two that can kill you. So these body farm treatment places, so they own the detox, right? And then they own the treatment center. And then they own the sober living. So why is it in their financial interest for you to be in the sober living and stay sober and move out?
It's not.
So what they do is they give these really lax policies. These really like, oh, whatever. They basically want you to relapse. So you relapse, and then guess what they get to do? Oh, go right back to our detox, and now we get to bill you for all these cycles again.
Jesus. So you're saying it's more of an industry than it is.
A lot of it's
help.
become an industry, especially now that like medical insurance is starting to pay for treatment for people.
Oh, it is.
Because
that's good.
Medi-Cal does.
Oh, what?
And it's yeah.
Damn. That's
so even like
the
right treatment center I went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I went to this treatment center was they have a great track record. Most treatment centers are about 3% success rate.
I gotta check and see if mine does.
The one I went to runs at about a 9 to 20% success rate.
9 to 20%, and it's still in business.
That is the best place to go. Most places are 3% success rate.
What?
How many people do you know, or have you heard of that? Like tried to get sober, and they just could not.
I mean, yeah, more than I'd like to admit, but.
So think about it. Even my first time in treatment, I'm basically one of the people that's the non-success because I relapsed and I went on binges and did all that. Now I'm one of the successful. So it took them 2 times to get me into the success percentage.
Wow.
And I've been to treatment twice.
Yeah.
Both times I was in with the same people, basically.
The same people?
A lot of them. Because they had relapsed and got worse before I did. Jesus. So then when I went in the second time, I was like, yo, why are half the homies here?
Yeah.
Like, I thought y'all were on the outside. Like, fuck out of here. So that's the weird part. Like,
I was like,
treatment is very difficult, you know, to
So
get
how
right.
okay, so how do they treat treatment in Germany?
So in Germany, you could go to rehab 3 times, right? By the 3rd time, if you haven't kicked it, they will put you on like a government program where they pay your rent, they give you a stipend, and you get to go to the methadone clinic every day and get methadone treatment.
What?
And if you don't know what methadone is, it's basically heroin. It's like a synthetic, like
yeah. No, I know what it is.
Opiates.
Yeah, I know what it is. Wow.
Oh, and then let me kick you with this one. So you're on this government program, right? You want a dog. No problem. Government will give you more money.
What? Because I want a dog.
Yeah. So like I lived in the middle class, like the lower middle area, which let me tell you, growing up in LA, it was a nice fucking area. Like,
yeah.
For me, like when they told me I was in the hood in Germany, I was like, what are you talking about? This shit's nice as fuck. It's all clean. Like,
yeah.
There's no one on the corner slanging. Like, this ain't the hood. Like, what are you talking about? But, you know, I'd walk my bus stop. I would have to walk through this park. And the methadone clinic was down the street. Right. And, you know, around when they would all get done around 10, they would all meet up in the park. And they'd all have their, like, pit bulls and shit that they didn't take care of, that were obviously not groomed, that were just not trained, not well maintained, but then they would kick it. And now here's the thing. They would give the methadone in like a shot, in like a little like cup, right? And it tastes nasty. So what these guys do is they take it and they pretend to sip their water, but they spit it back out into the bottle. So then they have a little methadone water mixture all day to milk off of.
Wow.
So so it's different there. Like also the drunks are just like, it's just the drunk, like, you know, whatever. It's like here we're like, dude, that guy's got a problem. Like,
yeah.
You know, and for them, especially in Bavarian culture where I was, like in Bavaria, Munich, it's okay to be like a bigger guy, like heavy set,
Yeah.
with like, and being loud and boisterous and like, like you're at the table, you gotta think they're drinking out of those masses, the liter mugs,
Yeah.
and they're like Sphinx, like just like bros, like so stereotypical, like old school German,
Right.
and it's okay for them to be like loud, boisterous, and all that, and be outspoken, but also those guys can handle their shit and they walk home fine. But I used to handle my shit and walk home fine too, but I'm an alcoholic.
Right.
So
it's just
it's
looked at
divide.
differently. It's just looked at differently there, I think. And
so
but the thing is these guys could they possibly do have problems. And are dealing with
1000%.
things.
Like, look, my good buddy Jan, if you're watching, I really don't think you are, but Jan, first of all, I love you. You're a fucking alcoholic, dog. Like, you told me when we were 22 that you don't remember a day where you have not had at least 3 beers.
3?
And look, 3's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's not that many. That's really not that many.
But he has not remembered a day where he has not have had at least that since he's been 16 years old.
Since he's 16? What's the drinking age there?
So, drinking age there for beer and wine is 16. For hard liquor, it's 18.
Oh, bruh. What the fuck? Yeah, other countries are interesting. I gotta travel.
I mean, Rich, you knew me at 16. If I could buy alcohol at 16, it'd have been a party in your apartment every fucking weekend.
Yeah, that's not good, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. It's different there, though. It's been like that for a really long time. So, I mean...
Yeah, so I like that in the fact that, like, a lot of them, by the time they're, like, 21, you don't have the oh, I turned 21 and I died of alcohol poisoning type of, thing. Like, that doesn't happen there. You know what I mean? Like...
I mean, I would hope that doesn't really happen here that much.
It does.
Holy fuck.
Like, the 21st birthday in, like, America is, like, one of your most dangerous ones, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'd have to get numbers on that to be sure, but...
Look,
I don't know.
I died in Vegas on my 21st with you. Like, let's be real.
It's a long night.
We didn't get out of the place till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
We got out when it was light and we were like, oh shit, how long have we been in there?
It was dawn.
And we got up like 4 hours later and did it again.
Yeah.
Went to the same exact place again, too. Like,
I mean, yeah, but that's all well and good when you're younger, right? But, like, people get older and...
So, but think about this. One of the biggest causes of, I think it was at one point, it might still be, biggest cause of death between people between the ages 16 and 25 were auto accidents due to alcohol.
I can believe that.
So, and then also in Germany, we fucking walk everywhere. So, like,
that's true.
Ain't no drunk driving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
we take the U-Bahn.
It's a different culture. It's a different lifestyle out there, I think, and
it's 1000% different. Like they can. Now, here's the scary part: is like these guys are drinkers. My German friends are drinkers.
Right.
I've put them under the table, and they're like, "No American can drink with us," and I'm like, "All right, bet, game's on."
So then these people are really alcoholics then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I had to say who can I if I was like, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get fucked up tonight. And I can pick 2 friends and they have to survive drink for drink with me. Definitely no one from the U.S. Yeah. I'm calling German reinforcements in and no American ever said that. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's 100% what I'm doing because those guys can drink with me.
So do you think
last time someone tried to drink for drink with me was in West Hollywood with my buddy Nolan. He disappeared on me that night, right?
I think
Couldn't find him.
I think I've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah. He's I don't talk to him anymore. He's too he does not agree with a lot of my beliefs when it comes to political things.
Oh.
And he's very outspoken about his and unaccepting of others. So cut ties. But
I'm sorry, that sounded like a contradiction, like to be outwardly outspoken about your belief system and be completely just brushing off of anyone else's. It's just like, why can't if you can be outspoken, why can't I be? You know?
Exactly. That's why I don't really talk to him. But
yeah, go ahead.
This dude got lost. Yeah, lost him.
What were you drinking? Were you drinking like Jaeger or like
tequila?
Whiskey,
you know
tequila?
me, I'm shots of tequila all day.
That's why you lost them.
So we went to the bar. I ordered 2 drinks. They give them to me. I turn around. There's no Nolan.
Oh my god. Man.
I'm like, yo, where's Nolan? So me being a proper alcoholic, I go, well, I'm not walking around with 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Right? I go looking for Nolan for like 45 minutes.
40.
Can't find the dude.
Was he in
Wasted.
the bathroom? He wasn't in the bathroom?
Couldn't find this dude.
Oh, look at the doggy.
Hey, so I'm
you
starting
just
to
see
panic,
like
and
his face like come into the frame, like
he's got his paw on my lap. He's like, "Why are you at this chair talking? Like, this is weird." But no. So I'm like, all right. I text him. I call him. No answer. I'm like, Nolan's a grown man. He's gonna have to figure out his own way. So I take an Uber.
You
home.
left him?
I couldn't find the dude. He left
you
me.
You left him?
So I can't find this dude.
Jeff.
I get a call the next morning by Nolan, and he goes, "Jeff, what the fuck happened last night?" And I go, "You tell me, dog. Like, you ghosted me." And he was like, "Bro, this is the text message I have." And it's, "Hey, Nolan, you were really sloppy outside the bar last night, and couldn't get into an Uber, so we got you into an Uber, but we still weren't sure about if you're going to make it home safe, so we followed the Uber, got you out of it, and I put you in bed and gave you a nice kiss goodnight. Signed, like, Jim." Nolan's not gay. Jim put Nolan to bed with a kiss goodnight.
West Hollywood. Oh!
We were at the Abbey. Now, look, hey, if you're gay out there, I support you. My brother was queer. God rest his soul. But
No, yeah, absolutely.
For a straight man, bro, that's not the text message you want.
He sent him a text letting him. That is first. Okay, let's take a step back. Okay, because as funny as that is, let's keep it real. That's very fucking nice. That's very fucking nice, though.
That's super nice. Like,
dude, that's very fucking nice. Like, I would not. I don't know anyone. I don't know. I probably would do it. And I don't mean to say that like I'm that guy. Like, no, not at all. But like, if I saw someone really in need, and like, they didn't look dangerous, I'd be like, all right.
And Nolan lived at the time on National and Venice. It wasn't a small drive.
Yeah. Damn. He followed the Uber and then put this man in bed. How did he know? Man, props to Jim.
So my response.
Shout outs to Jim.
Yeah. So I started laughing hysterically because that's hysterical, right?
I think that's really funny.
And so as I'm laughing, he's like, "Jeff, this is serious." And I was like, "Nolan, how's your asshole feel?"
Oh no.
He goes, "Why are you asking me that, Jeff?" And I was like, "Just want to make sure."
Dude.
But no, so that's the last time someone tried to drink with me. Well, no, he tried to do it again.
Some people don't learn.
And I lost him again.
You lost him twice. Well,
he just left.
It doesn't sound like that's gonna be missed, man.
Yeah, no.
Um, so wholeheartedly, do you feel like there's ever going to be a time where you can have a healthy relationship with the things that you used to do?
So yes, with certain things. Like, I do plan one day. I mean, I don't want to say I plan, that's the wrong word. But do I foresee myself smoking, like, weed again? Hell yeah. Like, just now's not the right time for me.
Right. No. Yeah.
I got a lot of things really going good in my life right now. You know, because of my addiction, I've had a very late start in life, basically. Because, you know, from the time I was basically 24 to 28, I was screwing around.
Yeah. I mean, those are the screw around years, though. So
yeah, but like, while
if you're gonna do it, you did it at the right time.
When my friends were getting out of college and starting like their careers, I was like, bro, I'm in fucking rehab, like doing nothing to advance my professional life. So you know, and then also I changed careers at 22. So that was different too, you know, or 23. So, you know, I had some changes, and then I went back to my original career, which was a great thing. So, not right now is the answer for that. Now, do I think I could have like a healthy relationship with like Coke? Hell no.
Bro, well, no, obviously
Hell
not.
no.
But what about alcohol? Things that are like actually, you know, more social. It's not. Let's keep it real, dog. Like, we're not going to the movie theater seeing people snort lines. You know what I'm saying? We go to the movie theater. People are ordering a beer, though.
I mean, I've been in a few movie theaters snorting some lines.
My God.
Let me tell you, I watched Fast 6 with my boy. I don't want to name him, but you know my other black best friend. And yeah, we were definitely doing bumps the entire movie.
Oh my God.
Like, and it wasn't like we stopped at any point. It was like,
oh my God. Yeah, like, I don't think I could watch a Fast and Furious movie on any substance. Those movies are ridiculous already.
But yeah, alcohol, because I don't know, because I wouldn't say that I necessarily always had a bad relationship with it, you know. I think there's many years that I was okay with it. I think circumstances in my life led me towards a darker road, and I saw some relief in that road when it came to alcohol. And that you know, so I don't know, because I've been on such like a great road right now. I don't know what it's like to introduce alcohol to that. And
so I was gonna say, I think that makes sense, right? I mean, because if you're on like the road of in your head, like, definitely no on the powder, right? Like, that's definitely not something I'm revisiting.
Yeah.
Because I know where that's going to lead me, just innately, right? Because of what it is. Definitely yes on the lighter of the of anything, which is the bud, because it's something that you never had an issue with, and it wasn't really something that, you know, posed a problem until you started mixing in other things, right? So
yeah,
I guess what I'm trying to say is leave it undecided, you know? Like, I don't think that you have to, like, I don't think that you have to make any decisions now. I think that you're...
Look, I know people, like my old counselor in treatment, right?
Right.
Great guy, love him to death. Right. Fantastic therapist. When he left being a counselor and became an MFT therapist, I was like, great, you're my new therapist. And I went to him. And I love him to death. And, you know, I was talking to him and I was like, hey, how long do you have sober? And he goes, oh, I don't have any time. And I had known that he had like 5 years.
So,
and I said,
what changed?
What are you talking about? And he goes, well, because we have to be honest about this. He was like, you know, I went to Hawaii with my wife. We were in the jacuzzi, and the waitress came by and said, hey, there's these 2 extra pina coladas. Do you guys want them? And he said that he thought to himself and was like, you know, I've been sober for 5 years and I haven't even thought of alcohol for at least 3 of them. Like, not even a thought process.
Right.
And he went, you know what? Yes, I do want that one. And he drank it. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? Like, you know, I was like, oh my God, did the floodgates open up?
I mean,
and he was like,
pina coladas, you know, it's a really light. It's a light drink. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's not like.
I mean, I'm still saying, but like,
No,
you know,
no, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was sober, so I was like, what happened to you? And he was like, I just had the pina colada and that's it. I was like, have you had a drink since? And he was like, yeah, I had a beer. And I was like, so wait, you've had 2 drinks? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that concept is crazy to me. Because like, one is the primer.
I'm sorry, I don't
2
mean to
is
laugh.
like getting like,
Yeah.
is getting, you know, your mouth wet.
Oh my
3 is
God.
where we start to begin.
Getting your mouth wet. Oh.
You know, that's
Lord.
wetting the whistle. 3 is where I truly begin. That's drink 1 to me. Is
Yeah.
number 3. So
Hmm.
I leave it open ended because who knows? And then like my boy Jeremy said, look, I would love to smoke a blunt and have a beer and barbecue. But he's like, but I got 2 kids right now.
Yeah.
2 little kids. And he's living in New York while his family's still here until April. And he's like, so it's not the time.
Right. You gotta be
He's like,
responsible.
but best believe, maybe even before, but best believe when they are 18, both of them, I will enjoy myself a blunt. And I was like, I feel you, bro. Like, that's...
Hey, he's dedicated to being a good father in by any means necessary.
Yeah, so
even if it
he
means
just knows
sacrificing
it's not,
something he likes to enjoy. So that's
yeah,
good.
it's not the time in his life for it. And right now, it's not the time in my life for that stuff. But,
I can appreciate
you
that.
know, I've had to remind a lot of my friends, like, look, I'm sober. I'm not dead. I'm
Yeah.
still a ton of fucking fun. Like,
No, I don't.
You know?
And like I said, I gotta get the Witch Queen for Destiny 2. It's supposed to be really good, and you know, I gotta grind to 1550. We gotta do that raid, man.
We definitely got to do the raid. I'm already 1550.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm like 1560.
Okay. I haven't even seen you online.
I've put myself on Do Not Disturb because I've been using the video games for like after work to like kind of decompress and just like kind of be in my own world and like shut off all the noise.
Okay.
And you know, I'm in that clan that you got me in for some fucking god awful reason.
I gotta leave that clan. What is it called? Lit as fuck or some shit?
No, you're in another one now. I'm still in the wolf one.
Oh god, yeah, you gotta get out of there.
Yeah, and
Nobody
they were
even
bothering me.
Oh
And
yeah, no.
I noticed that we weren't playing the same game, so I was like,
Oh
you know,
dear God.
I
Yeah,
can just
no.
go offline for a while because Rich isn't playing these games and these dudes are bugging the shit.
I'm gonna come back to Destiny. I just like I said, I have not. I gotta get away from playing all this Call of Duty. It's just I've sank a year into getting better at the game, and it's like I'm finally seeing myself get better at the game. So I'm like, I might as well play it because like I'm actually decent at it.
I will say though, this expansion of Destiny got a lot harder. The game
That's what
got
everybody's
harder.
been saying. That's what everybody's been saying. But
Like,
the raid is
Crucible
really
is
the
tough.
raid is mad like straightforward, and you can you can run any build you want in the raid. So that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's that. Gambit got a lot tougher.
Really?
Like, I used to dominate.
I heard they
Gambit.
got
Like,
rid of Gambit Prime.
Gambit Prime's been gone. But what they did is, so they kind of made it, Gambit Prime-ish,
Okay.
where it was quick. You know, it was like one quick round,
Okay.
but and multiple. You know how like the envoys would keep spawning up.
Yeah.
But when the envoy spawned up, the primeval wasn't shielded, so you can still fuck the primeval up.
Oh, okay.
But like I was like freaking banking 50 motes a game, like 100 freaking enemies killed. Like I was murdering the game. Like, really. And this season, I maybe have 25 wins. Like, I'm getting my ass whooped. It went back to like Gambit Prime, where when the envoys spawn, they spawn on the opposite side of the map. And
Oh, fuck that.
Eagles-
Oh, no.
Field.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I hated that
And-
shit.
And here's the thing: is invading kills give the primeval a ton more health than it used
Oh,
to.
no. So it's
So-
way more, you get way more people trying
There's,
to
like,
do it on a regular
It
basis.
doesn't matter if they
Way more
banked before
significant.
you. If they banked before you, be like, that shit doesn't matter. Because if I just go over there and I kill 2 of them, when their primeval gets half, I'm still in the game.
Holy shit, that's fucked up. All right, yeah,
So-
I'm gonna have to hurry up and get to 15.
It's-
You
it's
said you
very
have 15,
invade heavy.
60? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
deep.
invade heavy. Oh, Bubba. It's very invade heavy. Crucible's got a little tougher, but I'm adjusting to it now. Void.
I don't know how I'm gonna play that without my they sunset all my weapons. They sunset all
So-
my weapons. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like how I'm supposed
Yeah,
to play the
but
game.
they have a lot of like. There's, I think last season's guns were better than this season. This season's guns are kind of garbage. Besides the glaive is pretty cool.
The glaive?
Yeah, you get a glaive,
What's that?
like Corvius Glaive's weapon from Thanos' children. It's like a spear with like a long knife at the end.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you get one of those. You can get like you just get it with the season.
Oh, like a sword, but instead you got a glaive.
Yeah, but it's in the energy slot, not in the heavy slot.
What?
And it
What
has a
the fuck?
projectile.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
what the
projectile.
fuck? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get the Witch Queen. gonna
So,
have
but
to go down.
here's the thing, Dave. I want to get you so you don't do the same mess up I did. There is weapon crafting now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So you're gonna get these weapon drops, right? And they're gonna have a red border, and you gotta attune them. So you gotta kill enemies with them. And when you get them, you gotta open them up like you're gonna masterwork them.
Right.
And you'll see this little thing, and you like get these elements from it. And you have to get like to craft like certain guns. You have to get like 5 of those drops of the same gun.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I've beaten the campaign. I'm like doing all the extras, and I'm like, I only have crafted like 3-4 weapons because I'm not getting the drops that I need to like craft these. Now, at the beginning, I didn't understand the whole crafting thing, so I was like attuning them and then dismantling them, and I didn't realize that I had to like go in and get the elements out of the gun.
Oh no.
So
You probably
yeah,
wasted a shit ton of element.
yeah. So like,
Okay.
like
Good to
good.
know.
They have this gun, an auto rifle. It's Sweet Sorrow. It reminds me a ton of the Misfit.
Oh, that's dope. I like the Misfit.
So if you like the Misfit, you'll love the Sweet Sorrow.
Okay.
But I need 5 of them, and I only have 3 of them in. But I know I've attuned at least like 6 of those motherfuckers.
Damn.
But like I just didn't pull the elements.
You didn't pull the elements. Okay, I'll remember that when I.
And there's
buy it.
achievements for crafting them,
Right.
and then there's like, so I've gotten, and then you can level up the weapon. So like my glaive is on like level like 26.
Holy shit.
And so then you only get access to like a few different perks on the gun. And then once you level up the
What?
gun, you go back and reshape it, and you can add in the other perks that you want.
Oh hell no! What kind of shit is that?
So, like,
we're
I
gonna
got
have to
my
go through all
glaive-
this when I get the DLC.
Yeah, I have my glaive on some OP shit, dog.
Oh
like-
god.
And then Void subclass is customizable.
I saw. I logged in to see that.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So like right now, there's these things called like Void suppression rounds, Void volatility rounds,
hmm
and Void weakness experiencing rounds. And basically, you like step on a well, and you can load these weapons into your gun. And the Void volatility rounds, smoke. Void volatility rounds are OP, dude.
Okay.
It's like shooting them with like a freaking little mini void grenade in them.
What?
Yeah, and when you get in like a bunch of caps like on it, like bam, 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 the guys just start exploding.
Oh
and
hell
taking
no!
everyone.
It's like that. What's that shit called? the energy rifle that you
The
shoot
fusion?
the ground. Yeah, the fusion. You can shoot the ground.
Oh, yeah, no, this
What
is
it called? I
different.
forget what it's called.
But
No, but you know what I mean though. It's kind of like that. Like you can you can shoot people with it as well, and then they explode later. But you can even shoot the ground so that when people are running at you, they explode when they hit it. So yeah,
No, this is dope. It's really dope, and like the main villain's the Hive again.
yeah.
I've
Hive
been
is
telling
cool.
you though, for years now. After I read those 2 first Destiny books, screw the Fallen, screw the Cabal, screw the Taken. The Fallen, they are the problem.
The Fallen?
No, the Hive. They are the enemy.
Oh, okay.
They literally do.
They kind of remind me of the Hive from Halo. It's almost like because Bungie is the same people that did the original Halo. So it's like,
yeah, and the Hive do live a lot underground.
It's like they can't stop using that same fucking name. Like, what are we gonna call these guys? Let's just use the Hive. Let's just use the Hive as many times as we can.
No, it was the Flood in Halo.
It wasn't the Hive? Oh, you're right.
No,
it was the Flood. But they look just like the Hive.
Kinda.
Dude, the same colorway.
I have
the same explosions with the sauce. Yeah.
The crawling ones, they look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same. It's the same concept.
But the Hive literally their religion is blood. Like they can't stop fighting.
Okay, that's weird. They have a religion?
Yeah, it's a whole religion, dude. They were on a planet that was doomed. The three sisters, the three sisters and brother. It's like Savathun, Oryx,
oh, I remember them.
Xivu Arath, and like one other.
Holy shit.
This basically worm god came and was like, we will give you immense power, but you have to give us constant blood tribute. Or you could just die on your planet. And they were like, we'll take the first option.
Yeah, real talk.
But you learn that they were tricked.
Oh.
And their beef with the Traveler really is falsified by the worm gods.
So the worm god is the actual enemy.
Yeah, but there's no more worm gods.
So now they
you took them out in the Rasputin expansion.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. I remember that. Fuck, man. I gotta go back and probably just like
the
start another
really
character.
Good.
And
the story is really good.
No, the story has always been good in those games. They usually go pretty quick, but people are talking about this expansion like it's like the best one yet in like a really long time. So
yeah, so I was off video games for a while, and then I started playing last season when there was like 50 days left, and I ran through like the whole seasonal events.
You finished the battle pass?
Yeah, I finished the pass,
but
I didn't get all. Yeah, I finished the season pass, but that was about it.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play the Witch Queen, but I was like, I'm working, so I'm not really gonna play it hard. Dog, I've ditched work 2 days to play that shit.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully your boss doesn't watch YouTube.
I'm hoping he doesn't. But it's good. It's good.
Well, that's all the time we have. But I want to thank you for doing the reshoot because it's my fault for losing the episode to begin with.
Bro, you never have to thank me. We're family, dog.
But I will. I'll be on this weekend. So if you're on, just let me know.
All right. Can I give a shout out to somebody though?
Of course.
Hey, I just want to shout out my boy Jonathan Johnson, aka JJ, aka Jiro Goose. Happy fucking birthday, dog!
Oh, it's his birthday! Happy birthday, JJ!
Oh,
30! Dirty 30!
Happy birthday! And then I just want to say to everyone, hey, first of all, I'm a golf instructor. If you need golf lessons in LA, hit me up at Red Golf CC on Instagram. I'll take care of you. I teach the Rams. I teach celebrities. I teach everybody. Also, I want to give a shout out to Greg Gaines, Mike Hoyt, and Johnny Hecker of the LA Rams. All my friends for bringing home my Super Bowl this year. Let's go. Love it. last thing, thank you, Rich, for having me.
Dude, it's always my pleasure. So thank you again.
Yeah, let's do it again, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. The one's the
Yeah.
next Marvel movie coming is Morbius. We'll have to get you on here again after Morbius comes out.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Spider-Man. I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely let me know what you think about that.
Yeah, and to all your friends, thank you for supporting my boy. He is one of the greatest people on this planet. Wise, smart, kind-hearted. I know if I'm ever in trouble, I call this man and he will show up.
Yeah.
Listen to him. Also, if you guys need any help with addiction or anything like that, please reach out to Rich or me. We will help you find. He will contact you with me, and I don't care if you're on the other side of the country. We will find you resources to help you.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you, dude. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.
All right, peace out, dude.
Peace.